Today we're going to be doing Cornell Notes on 4 ways to represent a proportional relationship, so you need to put that title not only on the page that you're going to take your notes on, but also in your table of contents. Make sure you put what page you're on as well. And then go ahead and draw your lines to set up for Cornell Notes. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do all the notes that go in the middle, and then for homework, besides taking these notes, you're going to be responsible for writing some questions and writing your summary on your own. I kind of told you before that we were going to lead you to where you were doing those parts on your own. So the very first way to represent a proportional relationship, and I'm just going to call that A, is with a verbal description. A verbal description. So a verbal description for a proportional relationship might be something like this. I'm just going to use the name Kelly. Kelly mows lawns to earn spending money. She is paid $12 per lawn. That's a verbal description for a proportional relationship. Another way to represent a proportional relationship is with a table. So we're going to use the same situation that was in our verbal description, and we're going to make a table of that information. So to make a table of that information, I'm going to go ahead and write my headings here, and then I'll go ahead and divide it up. Lawns, and then money earned. And then we're going to go ahead and say, okay, if she doesn't mow any lawns, she doesn't earn any money. She mows one lawn, she's going to earn $12. She mows 2 lawns, she's going to get $24. 3 lawns would be $36, and 4 lawns would be $48. Then I'm going to go ahead and draw my box around it. And that's how I can represent this with a table. Now, one way that I can see that a table is proportional is if each of these reduce down to the same thing. When we do a graph, which we're going to do in a minute, this is always going to be my x values, and these are going to be my y values. So if we look at this right here, if I reduce all of these to lowest terms, for example, if I put y over x, for this one I get 12 over 1. For the next one I get 24 over 2. Then 36 over 3, and so on. You'll notice that all of these reduce down to 12 over 1. That shows me that the table is proportional. So if you're asked at some time in class to tell if a table is proportional, that's one way that you could find that out and check. Another way to represent a proportional relationship is with a graph. So go ahead and write that here, and for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my x and y axis. We're not going to be real perfect here, just kind of getting it down here. This is always the x-axis. This is always your y-axis. Go ahead and label that. Then I'm going to go ahead and label this as her lawns that she's going to mow. And over here on the side, I'm going to put money earned. Now, we've got about 4 lawns here, so I'm going to try to space these evenly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Money earned, we're going to go all the way up to 48, and we're going to kind of estimate that. So I'm going to go ahead and count by tens here and try to keep it pretty even. 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Now I'm going to go ahead and plot these points. These are all ordered pairs. We said if she doesn't mow any lawns, that's at 0 because she doesn't earn any money. 1 lawn would be 12, so my ordered pair is 1, 12. So 1, and I come over here and I'm going to estimate about where I believe 12 would be. 2, 24, go ahead and just estimate it the best that you can. 3, 36, and 4, about 48. Now you'll notice with these points that if I want to, I can draw a line through them, and they start with 0. One way that I can tell a graph is proportional without really doing any math work is a graph is proportional if it passes through 0, 0, the ordered pair 0, 0, and is a straight line. The other way to represent a proportional relationship is with an equation. So I'm putting D and putting equation. And in this case, our equation would be basically money earned equals 12 times the number of yards. And I'm going to use Y to represent the money earned. 12, I know what that is. That's actually called my constant. And then I don't know how many yards, so I'm going to use X for that. So this is in the form of something we call Y equals KX, K being the constant, and X being your input, and Y being your output. So we know that an equation, we can tell if it's proportional, because if it is proportional, it will only involve multiplication. And for the sake of space, I guess I'm going to put an X. If you have space, write multiplication instead. Okay, now your assignment for tonight, besides getting these notes down, is to write at least 2 questions. Okay, so your questions go right here. I want you to have at least 2 done when you come into class, and I want you to have your summary done. And this time, probably 3 to 4 sentences should be sufficient. Okay, so make sure you've got your summary done and 2 questions done before you come to class tomorrow. Thank you.